If you're a business owner looking to save massive amounts on taxes through vehicle purchases and equipment, you need to understand Section 179. This tax strategy can literally save you tens of thousands of dollars, but only if you know the rules that change dramatically in 2025. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about Section 179 depreciation, including the huge updates for 2025, how it works with luxury vehicles, and exactly how to use this to your advantage. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear action plan to maximize your tax savings legally and strategically. Chapter 1. What is Section 179 and why it matters? Let's start with the basics. Section 179 is a tax rule that lets business owners write off the full cost of equipment and vehicles in the first year instead of spreading it out over many years. Think of it this way. Normally, if you buy a $50,000 piece of equipment, you can only deduct a small portion each year for 5 or 7 years. But with Section 179, you can deduct the entire $50,000 immediately. This is huge for cash flow. Instead of waiting years to get your tax benefits, you get them right now when you need them most. Here's a simple example. Sarah owns a marketing agency and buys a $30,000 SUV for business use. Without Section 179, she might only deduct $6,000 the first year. With Section 179, she can deduct the full $30,000 immediately. That could save her $9,000 in taxes in year one alone. The government created this rule to encourage businesses to invest in equipment and grow the economy. When businesses buy more stuff, it creates jobs and stimulates economic activity. But here's what makes 2025 special. And this leads us perfectly into our next chapter about the massive changes that just happened. Chapter 2, the new limits for 2025. But really quick before I move on, if we haven't met yet, I'm Sean's clone, a licensed tax professional who personally researches and writes every script you see from me. And while Sean is helping people save on taxes, I'm here to share his knowledge with you. But if you have any questions, the real Sean reads every single comment and tries to respond to most. Also, if you need help with tax planning, click the link below to get a free consultation to start saving more money before the tax year ends. Let's continue with Chapter 2, the new limits for 2025. The One Big Beautiful Bill Act made Section 179 significantly more powerful. The deduction limit jumped from $1.2 million to $2.5 million. That's more than double the previous amount. The spending threshold also increased from $3.1 million to $4 million. But here's the really big news. 100% bonus depreciation came back permanently. This means for property bought after January 19th, 2025, you can write off the entire cost immediately with no limits. Let me explain why this matters. Before 2025, bonus depreciation was scheduled to drop to just 40%. That would have been a massive tax increase for businesses buying equipment. Instead, Congress restored it to 100% permanently. This creates an incredible opportunity, but you need to understand the timing rules. If you bought equipment before January 20th, 2025, you only get 40% bonus depreciation. But anything purchased after January 19th gets the full 100%. This timing difference can cost you thousands of dollars if you're not careful. Now let's dive into exactly how Section 179 works so you can use it properly. Chapter 3, how Section 179 actually works. Section 179 has 3 main rules you must follow. First, there's a maximum deduction limit of $2.5 million for 2025. Second, there's a spending cap that phases out the deduction. Third, you can't deduct more than your business income. Let's break down the spending cap because this trips up a lot of people. If your total equipment purchases exceed $4 million, your Section 179 deduction starts shrinking. For every dollar you spend over $4 million, you lose $1 of deduction. Here's the math. If you spend $5 million on equipment, that's $1 million over the threshold. Your maximum deduction drops from $2.5 million to $1.5 million. If you spend $6.5 million or more, you lose the entire Section 179 deduction. This is why the rule is designed for small and medium businesses, not huge corporations. The income limitation is also important. You can't use Section 179 to create a business loss. If your business only makes $100,000 in profit, you can only deduct $100,000 with Section 179. The rest carries forward to future years when you have more income. But here's what qualifies for Section 179, and this is where vehicles become really interesting. Chapter 4, what equipment and vehicles qualify. Section 179 covers most business equipment, including machinery, computers, office furniture, and vehicles. Both new and used equipment qualify, but used equipment must be new to your business. The equipment must be used more than 50% for business purposes. This is critical for vehicles. If you use a car 60% for business and 40% personal, you can only deduct 60% of the cost. You must keep detailed records proving business use. For vehicles, this means a mileage log showing every business trip with dates, destinations, and purposes. Software also qualifies if it's off-the-shelf commercial software. Custom software doesn't count, but programs like QuickBooks or Adobe Creative Suite do. Certain building improvements qualify too, including roofs, HVAC systems, fire protection, and security systems. This is great for businesses improving their facilities. But here's where it gets really interesting with vehicles, because the rules are completely different based on one simple number. Chapter 5, the vehicle weight rule that changes everything. Vehicle depreciation depends entirely on something called gross vehicle weight rating, or GVWR. This number, found on a sticker inside the driver door, determines your tax treatment. Vehicles under 6,000 pounds GVWR face strict luxury car limits. For 2025, you can only deduct $20,200 in the first year, even if the car costs $100,000. This covers most regular cars, crossovers, and small SUVs. A BMW 3 Series, Tesla Model 3, or Honda CR-V all fall into this limited category. But here's where it gets exciting. Vehicles over 6,000 pounds GVWR escape these limits entirely. This includes most full-size SUVs, pickup trucks, and large vehicles. However, there's a special category for heavy SUVs. If your vehicle weighs between 6,000 and 14,000 pounds and is designed to carry passengers, it's classified as a heavy SUV. Heavy SUVs can only claim $31,300 under Section 179 for 2025. But here's the trick. You can combine this with bonus depreciation to write off the entire vehicle cost. Let me show you exactly how this works with a real example. Chapter 6, real-world examples and calculations. Let's say you buy an $85,000 Cadillac Escalade in March of 2025 for your business. The Escalade has a GVWR of about 7,100 pounds, making it a heavy SUV. First, you claim the maximum Section 179 deduction of $31,300. This reduces the vehicle's basis to $53,700. Next, you apply 100% bonus depreciation to the remaining basis. That's another $53,700 deduction. Total first-year deduction, $85,000. You wrote off the entire vehicle cost immediately. Now let's compare this to a regular car. If you bought an $85,000 BMW sedan, you could only deduct $20,200 in year one. The remaining $64,800 would be spread over several years. The tax savings difference is massive. Assuming a 37% tax rate, the Escalade saves you an extra $24,000 in taxes in year one compared to the BMW. But the rules are complex, which is why it can be smart to work with a tax professional. Book a free consultation with someone using the link below. Now there's an even better category of vehicles that gets full Section 179 treatment. Chapter 7, the best vehicles for maximum tax benefits. Certain heavy vehicles get the best tax treatment because they're not classified as SUVs. These include pickup trucks with beds longer than 6 feet, cargo vans with no passenger seating, and vehicles seating more than 9 passengers. A Ford F-250 with an 8-foot bed and 10,000 pound GVWR qualifies for the full $2.5 million Section 179 limit. You can write off the entire purchase price immediately. This creates some interesting planning opportunities. A business owner choosing between an $80,000 luxury SUV and an $80,000 pickup truck faces very different tax outcomes. In states that don't allow bonus depreciation, the SUV only gets a $31,300 state deduction. The qualifying pickup gets the full $80,000 deduction on both federal and state returns. This bed length rule seems arbitrary, but it's the law. A Ford F-150 with a 5.5-foot bed gets SUV treatment. The same truck with a 6.5-foot bed gets full Section 179 treatment. For maximum tax benefits, consider vehicles like the Ford F-250, Chevy Silverado 2500, Ram 2500, or large cargo vans. These typically qualify for full Section 179 deduction. Now let's talk about bonus depreciation and how it works with Section 179. Chapter 8, bonus depreciation versus Section 179. Bonus depreciation and Section 179 are both powerful, but they work differently. Section 179 has a $2.5 million limit and phases out at high spending levels. Bonus depreciation has no limits at all. You can use both on the same asset. The rule is Section 179 first, then bonus depreciation on the remaining costs. Here's why this matters. Many states don't follow federal bonus depreciation rules. In these states, bonus depreciation gets added back to your state taxable income, but most states do follow Section 179 rules. This makes Section 179 more valuable in non-conforming states. You get immediate deductions on both federal and state returns. For large purchases over $6.5 million, Section 179 completely phases out. That's when bonus depreciation becomes your only option for immediate write-offs. The strategy is to use Section 179 up to its limits for state tax benefits, then use bonus depreciation for everything else. But timing is everything, especially with the new 2025 rules. Chapter 9, critical timing, and compliance rules. The place and service date determines everything. To claim 2025 deductions, equipment must be purchased and operational by December 31st, 2025. Simply ordering equipment isn't enough. For the 100% bonus depreciation, the acquisition date matters. Property acquired after January 19th, 2025 gets 100%. Property acquired before that date only gets 40%, even if placed in service in 2025. This creates a planning opportunity. If you're considering major equipment purchases, timing them after January 19th could save you significant money. You must maintain proper records, especially for vehicles. The IRS requires contemporaneous mileage logs showing business use. A spreadsheet won't cut it if you can't prove the business purpose of each trip. Business use must exceed 50%. If business use drops below 50% in later years, you must recapture part of the deduction as income. Elections are made on Form 4562 filed with your tax return. You can't claim these deductions without properly completing this form. The bottom line is this: these enhanced depreciation rules provide incredible opportunities for business growth and tax savings, but they require careful planning and proper execution. Used correctly, Section 179 and bonus depreciation can dramatically improve your cash flow and reduce your tax burden, giving you more resources to invest back into your business and achieve your entrepreneurial goals. But you should consider consulting with a qualified tax professional before making major equipment or vehicle purchases. Click the link below to talk with someone today. Coming up next, I have a video on a real tax court case where the vehicle tax deduction went wrong, so check that out if you haven't already. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.